Hey up lads and lasses, Damphyre here, back again with some more Infinite Lagrange. Again, we are back with the ships and we are moving on with the frigates, and we have the Reliat up next. So the Reliat is again one of the better all-round designs. Pretty much all of its variants work pretty well. Obviously the stealth is the one that's liked a bit more within the community, I believe, and that's because of its additional dodge rates. But the torpedo type firing energy torpedoes is definitely nothing to be messed with and delivers quite a punch. However, the anti-ship, although weaker of its three variants, still, if you are picking this up in P1, P2, it's still really good. Definitely have a look at it. First off, with the base version, is I would pick up the increase the chance of being hit by missiles and torpedoes, and then I would be picking up the increases ship HP. It's due to the fact that this is a mid-row ship, which means it's going to be targeted primarily by missiles and torpedoes. So you might as well grab it. It's already got some nice ship evasion as base. It's just flat out on the propulsion system anyway. So with the additional dodge rate against missiles and torps, you're going to get a nice little dodge rate against things that are going to try and be killing it. Then move over to the anti-ship torpedo system in here. When the target is a frigate, increases the number of bomblets by 2 and decreases the damage of single bomblets by 15% for cluster bombs. I can't remember the exact calculations, but pick it up. It is a flat damage increase against frigates. So it is really good in that situation, and the majority of the time you are going to be facing maybe a Irelian front line, or after the Ruby video, maybe a Ruby defensive front line. What have I done? Oh no. So yeah, I've probably just ruined the game for everyone. There's going to be these mega healing fleets now. Cooldown by 3%, certainly worth it here. I do recommend actually picking up the hit rate first though, so I'd go hit rate into cooldown, then picking up the double cooldown, that is, picking up the double damage, and finishing off with the dense cluster munitions strategy. I think you can fit all that. Is it double hit? No, it's single hit rate, double cooldown, double damage, strategy. Yeah, no, that is correct. Sorry, it's been a while since I've actually used the base one because I run the stealth and the torpedo. I couldn't remember if it was 6 or 7 system upgrades you can pick up. You then go over here, anti-aircraft support. Pick this up. It increases the support to the entire row, increasing hit rate by 40%. Again, pick up the extra hit rate here. And then I'd probably pick up the double cooldown. The Reliat, unfortunately, like pretty much any ship that has a cannon, instead of like maybe lasers or something like that, to try and take out enemy aircraft, just doesn't do particularly well. So you might as well try and make the most of it and tickle them to death, I guess. Again, the generic cannons, they only hit 10 damage per hit, so 30% is only going to give you 13 damage, and then taking a 10% damage increase here is only going to give you 1.3 damage. It's not worth it. Just pick up the cooldown. Unfortunately, with the Reliat, it's only got 1 cruising speed mod, and it's got a base of 800, which means it doesn't quite fit in the 1000 movement speed frigate lineup. It's just a touch too slow. It will, however, fit quite nicely in the Frig Destroyer 850 speed that I like to personally run. So, again, you got 2 slots here. Just pick them both up. We then move to its energy torpedo type cousin, and yeah, this thing's pretty good. I haven't quite got this one max because I'm waiting on the strategy here. But you can see what I've done is I've gone, again, hit rate into cooldown, into damage, and then I'm waiting to pick up the strategy for increased damage against battle cruisers by 25%, also primaries them. It is an energy-based weapon. I remember how to use this screen, maybe. There we go. So you're looking at energy damage types, which means it's a percentage damage reduction as opposed to a flat damage reduction like armor, which means this thing can actually hit pretty well with an increased 25%. I haven't actually upgraded this by 30% yet for the weapon upgrades. I should do that at some point because I am running them at the moment. But yeah, really good system. Again though, you are mid-row, so pick up your reduced missile chance hits, and I picked up the energy resistance here just because I'm expecting to see other energy stealth Reliat, other energy Reliats, not other energy stealth Reliats. Can you imagine an energy damage weapon on the stealth Reliat? That'd be busted. So I've picked up the energy resistance here, but there is an argument to picking up the ship HP here as well. It depends what you're facing. If you're P1, P2, you're probably not going to see so many energy feats, so pick up the ship HP first. If you're going into P3, 4, you're probably going to start seeing a lot more energy-based weaponry, so pick up the energy resistances at that point. Same for the anti-ship here as the base. Pick up the strategy, pick up the hit rate, and then pick up double cooldown. Again, this thing does no damage, and you're even losing one cannon on this variant. Actually, you're gaining more damage per hit, actually, I think, with this one. Yeah, you're getting 20. So, but again, it's just not worth it grabbing 10% extra damage on here at all. Propulsion systems, again, increase your cruising speed and warp speed. You got 2 slots, fill them up. And as you can see, it hits 920 movement speed, which means it's too slow for the 1000 fleet composition, but it does fit in the 850 frigate destroyer fleet comp. Stealth variant, the reason everyone runs this one is because of its dodge rate. So you generally use this as, it's not got as much damage as the B type, although it's not too far off, to be fair. But the reason you're running this is for that field camouflage system that we can see at the top right. You first want to go into here and put your points into it straight away, picking up guided weapons, and then you have a choice between picking up the cruising speed by 7% and warp speed by 7%. I don't recommend this unless you desperately want to get this into your 1000 movement speed frigate. If you're not going to do that, pick up the reduced chance of being hit by direct fire weapons by 15%. What this will do is when your front row is dead, it means that this will take effect because your mid row is now the target of those direct fire weapons. So you're going to get a nice flat 15% dodge rate on top of its already base dodge rate, which comes with the enhanced vector engine, increasing your ship evasion by 35%. And furthermore, you can go onto the armor and reduce your chance of being hit by missiles and torps. Again, basically guided weapons, which you've already picked up. So you are stacking dodge rates here against specific weapon types. Makes it very, very survivable in the mid row, which is fantastic, which is great because that means anything that retreats, you know, when they go below 10% HP and they retreat to the mid row, these tend to get targeted before that thing does. So you can keep your 10% HP front lines on the field a bit longer, potentially increasing the damage output, which is why the stealth type is, in all honesty, probably the best mid-row ship in the game, because it just covers other ships that retreat to mid-row. We then finally move on to the last system, which is its stealth torpedo system. Here, picking up the increased hit rate is a must again. You can then pick up the system cooldown and the missile torpedo damage. One of the few times that I like running crits is on this ship, and I don't know why, but I do. So I do run the crit on here, and I pick up both the crit system chance and the crit damage. This has got the strategy to increase damage against battle cruisers. I don't personally like it. It is a 240 damage per hit. I don't think I've upgraded this either, so that can go higher. Yeah, it's not upgraded. So this actually can go higher, and there is an argument to potentially dropping one of the base damage mods, or if you want to drop the crit damage mod to pick up the strategy here. I rely on my energy variant of the Reliat. They're both in the same fleet to do with my battle cruisers. I also run some other ships in that fleet at the current moment that deal with battle cruisers better than the stealth Reliat. If you are looking for something that kills battle cruisers or helps to kill the battle cruisers, you can pick this up though. And like I said, drop one of the system crit damage, or drop one of the base system damages as well, and yeah, that'll be your Reliat good to go. And yeah, it's fantastic ship. Unfortunately, the frigates seem to have like some of the best designed ships in the game in comparison to, well, definitely in comparison to cruisers, but for certain, even some of the destroyers kind of seem a bit lackluster, which is a bit of a shame. I mean, Xeno's in 10k DPM. You can hit 10k DPM on the Ion Rubies, so yeah, it's a bit unfortunate you don't see much more damage on the destroyers, but you do get more damage. And the other benefit of these Reliats, by the way, they only cost 4 CP to run. Like 4 CP, absolutely absurd. You can get 10 of these for 40 CP. You can run 80 CP worth of stealth Reliat in one fleet, and that's a lot of damage potential. And good dodge rates on like both of them, so they're not going to go down particularly quick, so that damage potential is useful to you. So there we go, that is the Reliat. Again, don't forget to comment and subscribe and all of that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys next time.